Oh, you all, hello. It is Tis. Good day. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. So lately I've been feeling frustration. I've been basically fed up. I guess you could say I was experiencing all of the emotions, and that's because I'm empathetic. That means I feel other people's pain. I feel your energy. So if someone's happy, guess what? I'm happy. They're upset, I'm upset. Because I can only feel the energy of the world. And that's literally just how my being is set up. But I reached another epiphany, and it was what happens when quality and substance have left the building. What happens when it just seems like nothing's real, or just nothing has any purpose anymore. And in this moment, when that happens, you, it, or whatever becomes a collector's item. Meaning you'll become more valuable than what you thought. And you're thinking like, how is that possible if everything's going to hell? Because you'll be the only thing standing. For example, there was so it basically was an older photo, like I guess you can call it an antique photo, but basically it was a high quality vehicle, maybe from the 50s. So it had a high quality vehicle from the 50s, it had the RV, and then you have the couple from the 50s. And the saying was, if you take care of it, it'll last forever, or it'll last a long time. And I'm thinking, well, you know, that's true if you take care of it. But again, what happens when the quality and the substance fly out the window? It means whatever is still standing is now a collector's item. I don't even think it was a year or two ago where I said, hey, I'm about to be a collector's item. Soon I will be a collector's item. Because it seems like as I'm looking around and doing the math and putting on my glasses for the 1,000th time. I don't even wear glasses, mate. But I'm putting on my spiritual glasses and to the point where I have to put on physical glasses too, and I'm looking around, it's like, there's no such thing as substance or quality anymore. There's no substance or quality in food, no substance or quality in the materials, no substance or quality in vehicles, no substance or quality in the men or women. And when I say nothing have no soul, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe everyone's losing their souls. It's like the life is getting sucked out of everything. And again, as I'm looking around, am I the only one here with eyes, ears, and nose to see? And although it is no, I'm not the only one who is singing this tune. But since it's not the majority, it's you can call me a collector's item at this point. And I will not be owned by no Vaticans or no museums either, because that's another thing too. They would want to have all the good stuff, leave it for them, and you just die with nothing but 2 crosses on your grave. So, no, we're not doing that. The exploitation, those days are over. So basically all of that flies out the window too, with the getting exploited and getting the short end of the stick, not knowing that you're the owner and the ruler this whole time because you've been locked in the Vatican or in the basement. Oh, I'm breaking out. I already broke out, but I guess I'll get to the mountain and say something. But yeah, the quality and substance have left the building a long time ago. But it's to the point now where there's no substance or no life to anything anymore, to where now the dead is obvious, and what there is hope for is now a collector's item. Right now we're in an environment where it seems like no one has anything to lose. All of the energy, the life, the money, the purpose, and everything seems to be getting sucked out of everything and out of everyone, to the point where as we are getting closer and closer to the quote-unquote future, it's more like they're starting to get that big picture to where it's like, yeah, we are no longer in Kansas, and I almost don't want to see what tomorrow holds, because it's just like the direction that we're headed. It's kind of like once you see that you're headed for a brick wall and you done already drove through the brick wall, and you're like, well, damn, what happens when my life flashes? It's like we're literally at that part where the abyss is, we're in bed with the abyss. Hell is at our feet, and it just seems like this environment, this energy is just it's a vibe. I don't want to say it's giving death energy, even though it is, because there was someone else who also mentioned that being broke is literally neck and neck with death. It's like it's so close with death to where it's like it does something to you when you're broke. But then again, though, are you really broke, or are you just missing a piece of a puzzle to this system? You see, and then my thing is, if this system is falling, are you really broke? Because if it's really about the filthy lucre, that means nothing, and I'm telling you, that filthy lucre is flying out the window so fast to where the digital ID is already here. It just hasn't been enforced as far as quote unquote mandatory, which might be coming soon because there are more viruses and more tragedies to come. So if we're looting, basically if we all have decided we're going to crash out, that's going to push a new agenda anyway. That's going to push a new system, and it's going to do it by quote unquote accident, just because, well, I lost food stamp, you lost your job, somebody else might have lost their house or car, and then now we're all acting a fool based off of the environment or based off of the economy, and based off that, for the people acting a damn fool, we're going to shift the energy, and probably not for our best good, because it seems like when you get millions and billions of people, more than likely they're going to be doing the wrong thing. So it's never going to make sense. So again, all it takes is for us to act a damn fool, and then that's going to push a new system. Oh, since everybody acting a fool, now we got to do business from home. You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing keeping from another quote unquote shutdown. You can blame it on a virus, blame it on tragedy, blame it on war or whatever, but it's going to push a new system anyway. So again, is it really about the filthy lucre? And is it, well, I don't want to say is it about the food, even though we have been eating poison. It's like, well, that's still the poison. That's the poison that we're used to. McDonald's, as I'm to the point now too. I even had an epiphany on McDonald's. Anybody eating McDonald's? And me, I grew up with McDonald's. McDonald's raised me, and like I grew up with McDonald's, but it's to the point now in this environment these days, that's like neck and neck with sorcery, like literal sorcery. And I grew up with it, but nothing is the same. So I don't want to have the nostalgia. Well, but I grew up with McDonald's. How could I say no to the McDonald's? I didn't grow up to sorcery, even though I probably did, but I didn't. As the time is going, it's getting worse and worse, because it's like, even when I referenced how we're doing worse now as a people from the past, even say, oh, we had all the problems, everything will be better today. Like, how is everything better today? You've been stripped of everything. We don't even use our hands anymore. It's like, there's no way in the world we could be doing better. I mean, maybe better camera quality. Oh, when you take a photo, it's not going to be blurry this time. But as far as like literally having tangible things, like people don't even know how to change tires anymore. People don't cook. People don't use their hands. They don't even do their side gigs. Well, all of the jobs are flying out the window, whether we want them to or not. We didn't want home economics to go away, as far as like factory jobs and sewing and cooking and all that, the stuff you need to do anyway, and automotives. We didn't want that to go anywhere, but it did. So it's like you have to adjust to that stuff. So even say, oh, all of the jobs, we lost all of our jobs, and you think that'll push us back into the hands-on, and nope. People would rather just take themselves out. And it's like, there's no way in the world we're going to have a bright future with that type of mentality. So it's like, we're already stripped of everything. Don't have nothing to look forward to. Have no substance of quality. Have no reason of living. Let this environment tell it. And then only thing you could look forward to is robots and chaos, to say the least. And it's like, And that's why I'm saying, like, literally, for those who have eyes and ears to see, only you'll know how to maneuver through these environments. Because again, if you're literally in an atmosphere or in an environment or in a day and age where everything is working against you, or it appears that way, this is probably really just the end of an empire. Like, we just can't believe that, oh my God, I can't believe Walmart, you can't believe all of your trinkets are crumbling down. It's not necessarily the end of the world, it's just the end of this cycle that we know of. The world is still going to spin. It's just, we probably just won't have the stuff that we think that we need to have. It's not necessarily the end of the world. It's the end of this particular era. And maybe the way that they're going about it, when you're flocking people, I guess there's no polite way of telling people that you're going to be stripped of everything, but there's a way of doing it to where it's not traumatic. Like, it's not done in a sinister way. Even if I take it all, like, at least I'll give you, okay, well, just to let you know, tomorrow I'm turning the lights off. At least give the heads up without it being chaotic. But again, you have to have the eyes and ears to see. If you've already been consumed, like you're probably in hell energy right now. Oh my God, I'm losing everything. And like, that's probably why those people that are suicidal. They're literally in hell and death energy. And I want to say that I'm grateful for not being in that energy, because it's very easy to fall into that energy. Because you think that you need this disposable world. And even, let's just say I need the stuff. I need it so bad. If it's disposable, clearly I can do without it. And it may seem like, oh, okay, well, that just sounds easier said than done, or it sounds harsh, just severing something at the head. But it's like, it has to be that way. If this is between life and death, oh, it will be that way. Because people tend to do things that they wouldn't normally do when their lives flash before their eyes, or when they lose something that they think that they have to have, because you're so attached to it. That's why, okay, I can love it all day, but I have no problem letting it go. So that's why in this energy, you have to understand the energy and what is happening. And I'm thinking right now what's happening is everyone's getting brought down a notch. I don't know if you call this humbling, the humbling process, or do you call it, actually I will go out on a limb and call it the humbling process. Because everything that we're complaining about right now has been happening for centuries, and it just hasn't been happening to you. And no one batted an eye because it didn't happen. They'll tell you to get a job. Get a job. And so the same people who lost their job and crying about it on the internet, would I be wrong to say get a job? I probably would, because tit for tat. But it's, again, notice how that's not unusual. Get a job, that didn't just come out in 2025, or hell, not even in 2020. A lot of people lost their jobs in 2020, but that wasn't nothing new. It just wasn't happening to you. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So while people are getting brought down a notch, you might want to wake up and smell the roses in the process. Look at the bright side. You might be losing everything, but as long as you have a sound mind and have your soul and have air in your lungs, I would say you're doing pretty good. Okay? Especially for a system that's crumbling. I mean, if you don't have the alternative anyway, ain't no sense in dying behind this stuff that you don't even have an alternative for, or you don't even plan on doing, if you're going to fall with it, what are you crying for? Go down gracefully. So that's why I'm like, it's just like basically what's being spewed is death and hell energy. But what I want to stress is just don't get caught up into it. Or if you do notice yourself getting caught up into it, see what it is that you're attached to, and just find a detachment or find a healthy alternative. Because again, it's to the point now where it's hard to find anything of quality, substance, or of truth, genuinity. I'm telling you, if you want authenticity, it's one of those things where it's like, good luck with that. Even finding good people. Someone referenced, oh, they don't make quality men and women anymore. Like, even like what couples. I've yet to, and I don't even want to blame it on the present, but because in the past, it's not like I've witnessed a lot of healthy relationships. Like, oh, I want to be just like that couple. I'm not saying I never experienced that, but not in the plethora. So as far as like quality relationships, like, okay, you can count on this man, you can count on this woman, and they have wonderful offspring. Like everybody's like literally perfect. Oh my God, something from a movie. And again, these days, the only thing you're gonna find perfectly is perfect chaos, the perfect storm, or the perfect trap, or the perfect setup. It'll be something where it's like, oh, you better believe this is gonna be too good to be true. It's to the point now where you see something that looks appetizing, you better believe it's tainted with something. In these days and age, like you find something good, like I said, that's a collector's item. If you do find, if I'm saying, this is the type of energy that we're in now. Maybe back in the 50s and 60s, you were able, hey, those are good men and women. They're working, they're this, and that. You would think they're on their P's and Q's just because they can't help but to do it. It's all the opportunities are there. All you got to do is get to work. These days, nothing is there but hell and hot water. So again, when you do find something, or if you run into somebody that appears to be, or that is sane, or of value or substance, that is a collector's item. Okay? And again, if you are a collector's item, or if you consider yourself a collector's item, you might want to stay that way. And then stay out the way too. The last thing you want to do is to be a collector's item in the midst of thieves, if you will. So that was my epiphany for today, because it's kind of like you just don't know who to trust. You don't know what is what. Oh, and another thing too. The reason why I say we are worse as a people these days, because it's just hard to identify who is who. Now I understand it's no such thing, it's no new thing as far as saying, hey, is that a human, or who, what, where, when, and why, when it comes to whoever you're in bed with. I'm not saying that just came out recently, but these days, since it's getting more and more closer to exposure, or more and more craziness is coming out, I'm thinking it's safe to say it, in these days, you really don't know who, what, where, when, and why you are talking to. It could very easily be AI. AI is nothing new. It's just new to us because we just got introduced to it, as far as, oh, you could see something and it might appear to be real, but that's completely artificial. And we're just becoming privy to it now. Normally when we catch hold of something, like, say for instance, oh, you got the new iPhone, that's new to you. It's not new to whoever called themselves creating it, or upgrading it, or remixing it to give it to you again, as far as the latest model. Even the Oculus, they put this on your head and you'll be in a whole nother virtual world. From what I can see, I remember that from 50 years ago, but I know it goes well past 50 years ago. Again, it's only new to us because it's being released to us at a certain time. We think this is, the first self-driving vehicle, or we think this is the first camera, but this has been going on for a while. It's just new to us as far as whatever time frame we're in right now. You know, even with the flying vehicles, that's nothing new. The self-parking vehicle, that's probably about 100 years old. But again, it's new to, if I get a vehicle that parks itself, that's going to be very new to me. Because I didn't know my vehicle could park itself. I would say it's been going on for at least 100 years. But we're just now catching wind to it as far as technology. We're not going to be privy to the latest technology, at least not unless you're up close and personal with it. You're going to get it when they decide to give it to you. So basically what I'm saying is, what's new to us ain't new at all. Okay, so again, now that we're in this particular era, this time, this day, whatever this moment is, where everything is flying out the window, again, if you have something, like if you are a man or woman of substance, like true substance, to the point where that's genuinely a good man, a good woman with substance, with quality, basically is of value, and not necessarily from material things. It's just like literally, like you're a genuine, like you wouldn't be the problem of the world. You are actually the solution. But again, how many people do you know that are the solution of the world? Like I said, if that's you, you are a collector's item. Like I said, it's probably just me, a pigeon in a dirty sock. But even though I said I wasn't the only person doing it, I know there's about 2-3 other people out there, but I'm probably talking to a pigeon or a dirty sock, to tell you the truth. Because it seems like, man, finding something, oh, you don't steal, you don't kill, and it's like, hello, good luck with that. But anyway, I think that was it as far as my epiphany as what's going on in this moment. Like once you notice that all of the quality and substance flew out the window, it's like, where did that leave you? Did your quality and substance leave? Or are you the collector's item?